Banga, derereng, ape. Yes, so this video is for all, I guess, fans, followers, where they follow me, where they para say, I make videos say I dey fuck 15-year-old. This video is for all of you. I'm an artist. We need controversial to eat. We need controversial to eat. Yes. If they no carry you from out, you are not getting booked. Simple. Nobody's booking something that's not trending. I got a new song, Village Girl. The song is talking about fuck this, fuck that. This is my genre. This is my direction. I know they do Christian music. So when I drop on type of music, we need fucking content to push it. That's what I was doing. So don't give it more life than it's supposed to have. Okay? If any of you is offended, alright then. Apologies. There's 1 million quintillion that wants to be artists. How do we know of you and your own sound? So you have to be controversial. Yes. So that's what you see me doing in that video, selling my market. So that's all it is. And I hope you guys understand. Peace. And have a good day.
Guys, you know that thing they say that it's every day for the thief, but one day for the owner. Huh? You know that saying? When you look at this Speed Darlington's situation, this is a typical example of that saying. This backlash that this guy is receiving now, it's been long overdue. Speed Darlington is notorious for saying the wildest things on this God's-given internet, all in the name of chasing clout to promote his music. When you even talk about the music, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know what he sings. I have never come across any of his tracks. I don't know what he sounds like when he sings. I don't even recognize him as a music artist. I don't even know what he does in entertainment other than the crazy things he's known for saying. And one of such things that this guy is very notorious for saying is the way he brags about the types of girls he has laid with. And most of these girls, they are underaged girls. There's a video that went viral, some time ago, a woman banging on this guy's window with a young girl. I don't know if you all have seen that video. It's probably here somewhere on this video. Yeah, this woman was banging on this guy's door. It was insane. The things this woman was saying, she was actually alleging that he was making moves on a 16-year-old girl. There was the grape word in that conversation as well. So I don't know if she was accusing him of grape or the intention to grape. Now, aside that one, there are other instances that this guy has done videos by himself and with his own mouth have said things in the line of he prefers girls that are between the ages of, I think he said 16 to 21, I think 2021. Guys, the way he says these things, it's like he prides himself so much in his prowess, to lure these girls with whatever fame he believes he has, right? And the way he brags about the amount of money he even gives to these girls. Guys, we're hearing things like 2,000 naira. My God. See, it's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. Speed Darlington has been using his freedom of expression in the dumbest way. In the dumbest way. Saying all of these things on the internet because obviously you can tell that he has that mindset that, yeah, this is Nigeria. nothing works here. So nothing can happen. Nobody can do anything. And you need to see the way he brags about how secure or protected he is, that nothing can happen. Nobody can do anything to him. The guy brags a lot. And most of the time when people call him out, he claims that it's all for clout, to promote his music. Once again, I will say that I don't know what this guy sings. I don't know what he sings about. I have never heard any of his songs. I don't know if he's a good singer or entertainer or whatever he is. Guys, I don't know. But it's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming because this time around, unlike his usual yapping, unlike his usual bragging, this time around, this guy provoked the whole netizens of Nigeria. Having a live, I think on Instagram, and bragging about deflowering a 15-year-old girl in an hotel. And I think he mentioned that he settled the person that came to clean the hotel room 2,000 naira because the girl's blood was all over the sheets. He was actually saying a lot in his Igbo dialect. So I'm not Igbo. I couldn't really understand everything he was saying. But people who translated what he was saying, they actually gave the remaining of the translations. Guys, if you've seen the video, please share with me the rest of the translations in the comment section. But that was what he said. And when called out, this guy was saying that, in his line of work, in the music industry, you have to be trending, for people to actually promote your music. And I'm like, no, that's a blatant lie. This guy has proven himself on countless number of occasions to be a pedophile. Because tell me why a grown man would be attracted to 15-year-old girls, 16-year-old girls, 17-year-old girls. Some of them will argue that, have you seen the girls of nowadays? When you see 15-year-old girls, they look really big. They look like they are 20. Well, it's true. Girls grow faster these days, right? But some of them, it's their genes. You can't dictate how they grow. But the moment you approach a child and she tells you her age, back off. Back off. Why would you want to continue chasing her? Oh my goodness. And you see, guys, aside Speed Darlington's stupidity on full display on the internet, of course, there were the reactions in the comment section of most of these blogs. I mean, guys, I always love going to the comment section because that is where you see different levels of madness. That is where you see that there are a lot of people that are mad. A lot of people, either for whatever reason, or whatever they've been through in their own life, they just bring a very, very twisted interpretation to certain situations or certain things that, make their way to the internet. Because, guys, I was reading the comments and I cringed. I was shocked. I was seeing from both genders, I was seeing comments like, even the 15-year-old girl, didn't she know better than to go and open her legs for a man? I'm like, those aren't the only kind of comments I was seeing. There are also comments like, bro, don't mind all these small girls of these days. You see small girls, they want to be acting like they are big. Teach them a lesson. Show them that, you're a man. I'm like, look at all these weak infidels. Look at them. So to prove your masculine prowess, you feel like the best way to prove it is to conquer a child. To conquer a 15-year-old. You want to prove that your sexual libido is at its peak. So the best way to prove it is on a child. And you see, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot wait to see how this case pans out because there's a serious outrage on social media. Media houses are talking about it. Top TV stations like Arise News, they talked about it yesterday. People are angry. Activists, they've called onto the appropriate authorities that see to cases like this that involve, abuse, molestation, gender-based violence. They have called to those bodies, and those bodies, they have reported to the police. They're going to take it up. And that guy, he's definitely going to be picked up, probably invited in for questioning or probably arrested. And he will pay for it. He should pay for it. And here's another fun fact here. There's another activist, in fact, several activists that have called out to young girls who have, fallen victim to this guy's whatever it is that he's doing, or however way he's been luring these girls to himself. Yeah. They've called out to these girls to come out and speak up. And guess what? The moment they begin to troop out, it's over for Speed Darlington. You see that music career that he claims to be doing all of these things for clout to promote his music, it's gonna die a very, very natural plus unnatural death, because you cannot be moving mad. You cannot be moving mad. And guys, you see, another part of this whole thing that is really weird to me is the fact that once upon a time, this guy was based in one part of the world. He had, relocated to one country like that. I don't know which country. But whilst he was there, never did I hear that he was involved in all of these, very disgusting dealings. Never did I hear that he actually molested one person or the other. I did not hear any of those things. But the moment this guy returned back to Nigeria, it's as if he returned to the jungle where everything is free for all. Like, go mad, go crazy, do whatever you want to do. This guy just literally let loose. Most videos that you see him put out there, he's talking about one experience or the other, where he conquered this 16-year-old girl, where he conquered this 18-year-old girl, where he met this one, where he met that one. It's one knacking experience or the other. How he met this girl and that. Like, the way he talks about these things, it's like they just told you, go into the jungle and just run wild. And the reason he's being so free doing all of these things is because, he probably felt like the law does not work in Nigeria. So yeah, he can do whatever and go scot-free. So now, his day has come. So I cannot wait to see how this whole thing pans out. Also, aside Speed Darlington, ladies and gentlemen, there are lots of people out there, men, women, who are just like him. Pedophiles. They normalize it. They legalize it. They see it as our culture. They see it as our culture. In some traditions, some tribes in this Nigeria, young girls as young as 8 years old, 12 years old, they are married off to men that are old enough to be their grandfathers. It just goes on and on like that. And the moment you begin to talk about it, they target you. They accuse you of disrespecting their culture. That before Western civilization was a thing, that is their culture. It existed with their forefathers and it has to continue. I actually had a personal experience when I was in university. I'm just going to share quickly, yeah? So back then in university, I was in 200 level, about to go on to 300 level. And if you're familiar with the GST courses in Nigerian universities, guys, I did it. I passed, but because of the carelessness of the lecturer in charge, who was one of the most feared lecturers at the time, they had misplaced my files and my script. And so they had given me an F, meaning I had to carry over that same course in another semester, in another year. I said, no way. So I kept on disturbing this lecturer, Every time I go to his office, he's not around. But he had his teaching assistant, a grown man, who's obviously married, has kids. Grown man, very fat, round belly, very big. And every time I would go, the man would tell me, don't worry, come back by 5 p.m. Come by 5 p.m. And I'm like, 5 p.m.? The school premises is already, it's already getting deserted. So why should I come 5:30? It's like the official close hour for lecturers. So why should I come by 5 p.m.? You tell me, if you don't want to come look for your script, then don't come. So I went. And guys, at the time, I was actually 21 years old, but I actually looked really small. Yeah, I looked really small. I looked like I was 15 or 16. And this man was asking me of my age, and I did not want to tell him. He looked at me and said, I know you're still a virgin. If you want to have an A in this course, I will give you my conditions, but you have to abide by it. I'm like, sir, I just want my script. I just want my original score. I don't even want you to give me an A. Just give me what I scored. I know I did not fail the course, so whatever I scored, give me my score, and that's it. This wasn't the actual lecturer. It was his assistant, because that lecturer was not always around. And so he said, I'm looking at you. You look like you always go to church. So here's what you do for me. You look for another girl that is like 17, 16, 17, that is just like you, bring her for me. Yeah. I looked this man in the face. I said, okay. When do you want to see the girl? He said, next time you're coming, come with the girl. I said, okay, I'll come with the girl. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of you might not agree with this part of the story, but this is my story. This is my experience, yeah? So what I did was, I wrote that man's name on a piece of paper. I went back home and I put it in my Bible and I prayed about it. And I called the man's name. I told God that the next time that this man sees me, he should be scared of me. He should be scared and he should apologize. So the next time I went to his office, I also called the name of the lecturer that was holding my results. Yes. And that one, when I went to the office the next time, that man looked at me and said, are you Gloria Elijah? I said, yes. And he said, are you the one that is always disturbing me in my dreams? Every time I want to close my eyes to sleep, you're always disturbing me, telling me to come and give you your result. I said, oh, I've been praying about you. I've actually been praying about you. And ladies and gentlemen, they told me to go and look for my file. I found it. It was at the bottom of a huge pile of files. I checked. I saw my file. I scored, I think 20 something, 21 or 25 or something. And then they added it to my exam score and I got a D. I said, yes, I know that I wasn't the best in this particular GST course because it's very difficult. I think it was something about philosophy. Very difficult. I knew I wasn't the best, but I know I did not fail. I knew what I did. I know I did not fail, but I knew I did not get A as well. I just wanted my D. Give me my D. Let me go in peace. And as I was leaving the office, the teaching assistant, the one that told me to go and look for a 16 to 17-year-old girl for him, ran after me and said, I'm sorry for that thing I asked you that day. I'm really sorry, Just ignore it. Just ignore it. I'm sorry. I said, yes, I know. And I walked away. And mom was looking at me. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of you might find this story unbelievable, but the point is that wasn't the only experience I had. There's quite a truckload of it. A lot of pedophiles out there. They see young girls, even boys, because these days it's becoming very obvious that guys too are not safe. Guys are no longer safe, right? But, there's been cases like that. People like Speed Darlington, they normalize it. That's a grown man, full-fledged adult, that it's okay to go after children, because they're children, young girls, small babies, 15. It doesn't matter if the girl is looking like one big plump orange tree. It doesn't matter. She's still a child. She's still a child. You say, she gave me consent. How is she going to understand what consent means? When you that knows better, you know that you're committing a crime, you lure her. Probably looking at her circumstance or maybe the fact that there's no adult to supervise her at that point in time. You know what is right and you lure her. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot wait for Speed Darlington to face the full brunt of the law because it's been long overdue. But I'm going to stop talking here right now because I would love to hear from all of you. So please go ahead and share your thoughts in the comment section below. Look at me. I talked and talked and talked for long without even introducing myself. But anyways, I'm sure that you already know who I am already. But for those of you that do not know, hi. You're welcome to my channel. My name is Gloria Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah, and I am the girl with the tea. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch. For those of you that are new here, thank you so much. Please do not forget to subscribe, all right? Turn on your post notification bell to always receive alerts of my videos whenever I upload a new one. And for those of you that are returning viewers, returning subscribers, thank you so much for choosing to come back. All of that said, I'm going to be signing out right now. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. So please go ahead and share. And also, if you've had experiences, if you know of stories about how these grown agbayas chase young girls and young boys in society, please go ahead and share as well in the comment section. And I'll see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. Thanks for watching and have a nice one out. Bye.